uh, boost the cybersecurity, of course, with human resource. But the problem at that time is there are not that much working in the government, but of course in the private sector there are few, but not that much in total. No? So the next slide, please. The content of my presentation is I will discuss issues and challenges in cybersecurity. What are the certification bodies that we have in the Philippines? Some of it. The data of cyber professionals in the country. The National Cybersecurity Plan, so that the programs are aligned to the national plan. The need of skilled cybersecurity experts or professionals in the country. The role of government in developing the skilled cyber professionals, and of course the way forward. So these are the topics that I would like to discuss. The issues and challenges. The Philippines is now facing shortage of cybersecurity talent, according to Asian News Network. And we can still feel that right now. The government and the private sector really needs a talent pool of experts to man their SOCs, right? To man their assessment and testings, okay? So the Philippines is really facing a shortage of experts on cybersecurity. And another article from Business World that there's a need, no, to hire more cyber professionals because of the increasing threats on cyberspace. Well, we are still pandemic, and during the 2-year pandemic, the online presence increased, right, dramatically, because we just stayed at home and need to transact at home. Even the first PhilSec was conducted online. Okay, and according to Data Privacy Philippines, the cyber skills shortage a major contributor to data breaches, right? Because if there's nobody to manage the infrastructure, the data, then there will be threats, okay, breaches. Okay, so these are some of the issues and challenges that we are facing right now, not just the Philippines, but the entire world. So these are some of the certification bodies. The ISACA, the ISC Squared. I know you know some of it, maybe all of it. SANS, EC Council, CompTIA. So later we will see how many are ISC Squared professionals in the Philippines, ISACA professionals in the Philippines, and also EC Council. So I got this data from the ISC Squared website, and as well as ISACA. ISACA Manila chapter gave this data to me, as well as the EC Council. No? So in 2016, I remember, CISSP in the Philippines, we recorded only 84. But in 2022, it became 202. So at least there's a small increase, no? Double. No? We have 202 CISSP in the Philippines. And for the ISACA, the CISA is 601. And for the EC Council, the certified in the Philippines is around 1,000, as one of the managers of EC Council told me. The Philippines is larger than Singapore in terms of EC Council. I mean, certification. Maybe because of the number of the students for the CEH and certified forensics investigators that was given certification by the EC Council. But all in all, totally, no? ISC Squared and ISACA, I think comparable, if you compare it to the demand of certifications in the Philippines, it's not that much. I think we need more ISC Squared certified professionals or ISACA, or Easy Council, or SANS, or CompTIA, for that matter. So the DICT in 2017 published the national plan. In this plan, there are four key imperatives of the plan. But this is the framework of the plan, meaning the DICT will lead for protection, the DOJ NBI, DLG-PNP will lead for investigation, the DND will lead for cyber defense, and supported by various actors, like the intelligence community, like the National Cyber Intelligence Platform, wherein you put up the SOC of the country, where in 2018 it was already done and activated. But the problem is the workforce again, right? You have the SOC, but the government doesn't have, the complete set of workforce to man the job, right? That's why in 2018, what we did is to give the 50% of the workforce to the vendor. The 50% will come from the DICT, and eventually, in 3 years' time, 90% of the operations will be handled by the government. And that's how one of the strategies in developing the workforce for the government. And I believe in the private sector, it's also being done, right? Because of the shortage of skill sets both in the government and in the private sector. So the plan has four key imperatives, and I'd like to discuss the protection of individuals. The protection of individuals is developing the cyber workforce, developing the talent of cybersecurity in the Philippines, bridging industry and the academe. So meaning the workforce should be aligned to what is the industry is requiring, right? The academe should also give certifications or education related to what is the industry wants to hire, no? For a certain job in the cybersecurity industry. So basically, the government has already a plan on what to do, no, in strengthening the workforce. Now comes with the implementation. So how would you implement? And in this session, I would like to give some insights on how it can be implemented. No? So the first one is the implementation of the Cyber Education Campaign Program, which was already conducted in 2018, 19, and 20. 2006, 17, 18, and 19. So the integration of cybersecurity into the curriculum was introduced in 2017. The AMA University was the first to introduce or to offer the Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity. And it was with the partnership of the Department of ICT, Office of Cybersecurity and Enabling Technologies in 2018. So, of course, the Holy Angel University offered also the Masters in Cybersecurity. Now, there are universities like Ateneo, Mapua, and other universities that are offering cybersecurity courses. So it could be elective course or part of the computer science course or BS degree course. But I believe only AMA offers BS in cybersecurity. So this is one way also of strengthening the workforce through the academic sectors. Aside from the certification that was given by the certification bodies that I've mentioned, the government should also bridge the gap of providing cybersecurity professionals in the country. So these are some of the articles that says that there's a need of skilled and ethical cybersecurity professional in the government and private sector. According to Fortune, companies are desperate, no, for cybersecurity workers. More than 700,000 positions need to be filled. And as you can see on the right side, that's a job street side, there's really a demand for cybersecurity professionals in the Philippines. That's in the Philippines. And I believe there is a need to really push for more graduates in IT or in cybersecurity for that matter to fill the gap. No? But how do we do that? No? The DICT also needs cybersecurity professionals, but the salary is there. The salary is not comparable to the private sector. So that's also a problem in the government. No? The drain of professionals from, if you're trained now in the government, you're young, then of course you're receiving that kind of salary, then you're offered times 3 of your salary, then you will just go out, right? Then how do you strengthen the cyber workforce? Well, in the government side. Well, there are things that needs to be done. No? Of course, the morale and the welfare of the people that works in the government should also be lifted. No? Not just the salary is the basis for retention, no? But there are lots of ways that a leader or manager should do. Somebody told me that people don't resign because of the organization. They resign because of the managers handling the organization. But if you have programs for retention, then I believe government can also have more workforce in the future. It's like, for example, you give them responsibilities to do their job efficiently. You give them tools, right? You give them. Well, the government has funds also to do that if they want to, but there's really a need to strengthen the morale of the government worker amid low salary. No? So again, there's also a need. According to Fortune, again, graduates with a master's degree in cybersecurity are landing starting pay of $214,000 and up, right? So if I have a master's degree in cyber, then government is also competing with private sector, then the graduate of master's degree in cyber will just go to the private sector. So that is one of the problems in strengthening the cyber workforce for the government because of the pay. That's why, aside from the tangible benefits, I think the government should offer intangible benefits to the skilled cybersecurity professionals. In the left side, it shows that there's really demand for cybersecurity. I know all of you here are already working in cybersecurity, so we just jump from one work to the other and asking for more offers, no? So that's the one of the challenges if you work with the government compared to the private sector. So what is the role of government now in strengthening the cyber workforce? Of course, first is the policy development. So what is the range of policy options available? Of course, the government should think about the development of research programs, right? The spending, okay, to support the specific cybersecurity path for the cyber professional, like trainings, a specialization in a specific, for example, you're an analyst, so your career path should be become an analyst, security analyst, for example. Okay, so the government should draw programs in which the specific talent or skill set of that employee will be maximized. No? This lunchtime, I was talking with one of my friends, Art. He told me that when he was in Israel, one of the Israel authority told him that in Israel there is mandatory military training, right? And that includes cyber. So they have no problem with cyber workforce. No? Even if one of the employees will move out, then somebody will replace. But in the Philippines, if Genmac will move out, then no one will replace. So that's the problem. So we need to, the government should need to spend, support, no, a specific talent to a certain cybersecurity path. So next is to incentivize opportunities for collaboration. Well, this is also one of the policy issues that the government needs to understand and needs to deal with. No? Next is leadership by example. Well, it's very easy to, it's self-explanatory. If you're handling the cyber of the government, then you have to show the private sector that the policies that you are drawing is you also can implement. However, it's not the case. No? It should be reviewed, and I believe with this administration, I believe it can be done. No? So network governance. So the role of other stakeholders. Here, the alignment between cybersecurity education and jobs or industry. So the academe and industry should also discuss the need. What are the needs of the industry so that the education sector can redesign the curriculum, so that after the student will graduate, then he or she can land a job easily. And that is part of the network governance that the government should also understand. Businesses and other actors as well. So the government plays a vital role in cyber workforce. And I believe with this, we can strengthen, with these initiatives, the government can strengthen its cyber workforce. So way forward, the government-led cyber workforce development initiative should be strengthened. The development of industry-based, cybersecurity curriculum should also be rethink and re-strengthened. And we should have a full-blown cybersecurity academe industry linkage program. We have already the cybersecurity academe industry program, but it's not that, I think it's not enough. Right? But we need to have a full-blown academe industry linkage program. And lastly, developing someone, to work in cybersecurity is not an easy task. You need dedication. You need patience, so that at the end of the day, you will become a true cyber security expert or cybersecurity professional in your own field. And thank you so much. I hope you learned something.
Thank you, Sir Allan, for taking us through the national cyber and recommendations.